Welcome to today's episode of Code Corner, where we explore the fascinating world of programming and software development. I'm your host, and today we're diving into an intriguing topic that can make or break your developer experience: deserialization errors. So let's set the stage. If you've ever worked with APIs, you know that deserialization is crucial. It's how we convert data from a format like JSON into a usable structure in our code. But there's a catch. The popular Rust library for deserialization, serde, has a bit of a head-scratcher. It's designed to stop as soon as it encounters an error. And this leads to a frustrating feedback loop for developers when they're trying to fix issues in user-provided payloads. Imagine going through the process of sending a request, receiving one error back, and then going back to square one to fix just that error. It's not efficient, right? This is where a new player enters the scene called eserde. It's a tool specifically designed to address the limitation of serde. With eserde, you can report multiple errors at once. Picture this. Instead of just getting the first error in a payload, you can now receive a comprehensive list of issues all at once. This means less time debugging and more time developing new features. Let's consider a case study for context. Say we have a schema for a package with a version and a source field. If the JSON we're trying to deserialize has issues, like a missing patch field or an invalid type, serde would only tell us about the first error it encounters. With eserde, however, we get a detailed breakdown. We'll know that the minor version is of the wrong type, that we're missing the patch field entirely, and that the source is not valid. How liberating to have all those errors reported in one go. To get started with eserde, you simply add it to your cargo.toml. And if you're familiar with serde, transitioning to eserde is pretty seamless. You replace instances of hash-derived serde deserialize with hash-derived deserialize. And just like that, you're on your way. Imagine having a new tool in your arsenal that can not only handle JSON, but eventually support formats like YAML and toml, especially for configurations where error reporting can be a game changer. However, it's worth mentioning that eserde isn't without its drawbacks. It requires an extra read of the input data, which can slow things down a bit and lead to longer compilation times. But when you think about the trade-off for a better user experience, it might just be worth it. As we wrap up, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Have you faced frustrating deserialization issues in your projects? How do you typically handle data input errors? Let's continue this conversation on our social channels. Thanks for tuning in to Code Corner. If you're eager to enhance your programming toolkit, give eserde a try and revolutionize the way you handle deserialization errors. Until next time, keep coding and stay curious.